Hello, everyone. In the wake of recent happenings between Two-Face Idibia and his wife, Natasha, the streaming or live streaming done by Daddy Freeze, where he invited Two to come online, and that led to what we all know happened. His wife attacking him. Everyone is debating whether what Daddy Freeze did was right. Or still right to invite Two to come online. Like a whole bunch of people say not good. And a few people actually have come online to say that what he did was not good. He should not have done that. Having just lost a friendship, hopefully one day to be restored, very, very dear to me, because of something quite similar. I have to say here that deciding to speak up publicly when you suspect your friend might be in danger or might be not in a very good relationship, let's just say that, or relationship that you suspect might not bode well for them, whether now or in the very near future, is never a win-win situation. Because first of all, while the going is good, the friend you're trying to protect will not thank you for it, as it happened in my own case. But then again, a few years down the road, maybe even a few weeks, maybe even a few months, if something then does go wrong, just as it did in the case of Mohbad, we all know what happened there. A lot of people would then blame you for not speaking out. So it's never a win-win situation. I don't know Daddy Freeze very well, and I only see him online, so I'm not saying anything here to protect him or anything like that. I'm just being truthful as someone who has suffered something similar. It's never a win-win situation. Whatever you do, you're not going to come out a winner. But so the thing to do is just go with your own conscience. If the person is truly your friend, because if you don't and something then happens to your friend, you will never forgive yourself, first of all. Second of all of those people blaming you now will still blame you in future for not speaking up. As for the blame laying that they are putting on Kaka Ibokwe, I have to say people need to kind of like stop seeing this as black and white. I'm sure it must have taken that guy a whole lot of courage to step out. First of all, because of his stepping out now, and of course because of what Daddy Freeze did, we all know of the real situation between Two-Baba and his current wife. The thing about this kind of thing, or these kinds of something involving abuse, is that maybe you're having an altercation and someone pushes you just a little bit too strong. Might even be that they did not mean to push you that strong. And then you fall over and hit your head. This happens so many times. And you hit your head, it breaks open, and you're gone. Once you're not alive, you're not alive. Again, I keep quoting Pandora's box sometimes in my post, but it's really like Pandora's box. Once it's open, that box is open, you cannot recall whatever you let out back in. So I know that whatever blame laying is being put on Daddy Freeze now, what he did, in my opinion, is what a true friend should do, is what a true friend does. When you really care for your friend, you do not stop to think what people will say of you. Sometimes it's going to be for good, and other times it just might be because they are not thinking beyond the box. They're not thinking outside the box. They're just looking at things black and white. But anything involving an abusive situation is never black and white. It has so many layers and so many shadows in between the other main colors. I mean, I need those people to kind of like step back and think. If Daddy Freeze had not done what he did, and Kaka Ibokwe had not done what he did, if these two had not stepped forward, think about what would have happened. This would have continued behind the scenes, with everybody knowing but pretending not to know, and everybody knowing but keeping quiet. Because when things like this happen, especially when it involves some kind of stardom and where money is concerned, most people who don't speak out, they are more concerned about their vested interests. They don't want to speak out because, hey, if they speak out, they're going to lose. It might mean they are losing their job. Just like Kaka Ibokwe chose to do that. He was not fired. He chose to step back because he couldn't bear to see what was happening to someone that he obviously had high regards for. And so people need to kind of like stop thinking within the little bit of circle box that their mind is able to comprehend. They need to think beyond what if that whatever has been done hadn't been done, what could even have been. Abusive situations are very, very complex situations. And when you step out to protect a friend, you're never going to be a winner. It's never a win-win situation. Maybe later, whatever you're doing now, whatever you've done now for your friend, to protect your friend, will be appreciated. But at the time that is happening, most people are not going to appreciate what you've done. They're going to demonize you. They're going to call you out all kinds of names, just as they're doing to Daddy Freeze right now, or even Kaka Ibokwe. But I'm here to say, as someone who has suffered something similar, I am here to say categorically, when you witness an abusive situation, please do not keep quiet. Because if you keep quiet, you become complicit in whatever is going on. And if something drastic, critical, in terms of someone being unalive, happens later, you will never be able to forgive yourself if you're someone with conscience. So it's better that you're demonized now and know that the person you're protecting is protected and alive, than keep quiet because you don't want to be thought badly of. Who knows if someone had bothered to step forward and speak for Mohbad the way Kaka Ibokwe and Daddy Freeze have done right now? Who knows if Mohbad would not be alive today? Who knows if the story would not have been different? So sometimes protecting someone you love does not come with a whole lot of crown for you. But when you know something is right, please step forward. It may not earn you a whole bunch of accolades now, but history will judge you for good if you step out, even if you are the lone voice in the room.